312-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give them a try. Call my injury guy.
Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, also known as My Injury Guy, shooting another injury video for you. And today's topic is something that worries almost every comp client I ever talk to, and that is, will my company fire me if I file a workers' comp case, right? So will they? Well, the first thing for you to know is that it is against federal law for them to fire you in retaliation of you exercising your legal rights. And you have a legal right under Illinois law or the law of your state to file a lawsuit, or in this case of Illinois, it's not really filing a lawsuit, it's filing a workers' comp claim at the Workers' Comp Commission, right? So by law, they cannot retaliate against you, demote you, intimidate you, or fire you due to filing a workers' comp case. It's against federal law for them to do that. Now, as a practical matter, I had a client recently who asked me about it and, asked me about the same topic. And I'll tell you what I told him. I'm like, who controls your employment file, your HR file? Do you control it or does the company control it? Yeah, the company controls it. So years and years ago, I had a case where a guy was a stellar employee and I believed him. Like, he came into the office to meet with me after the case was in litigation. I met with him several times. I've got a pretty good BS detector. And I'm going to tell you, this guy seemed like a complete, straight, stand-up, hard-working guy. And I told him, I needed to know. I'm like, look, they're fighting over paying you TTD. I need to know. They haven't told me anything about why they're not doing it. Now, if they don't pay your TTD or pay your benefits and they don't have a reason for it, you can have the judge put penalties on them. Make them pay money for not doing things the right way. So that's something you need to be aware of, but I need to know what's their defense. Like, the days of these guys, like screwing a worker over and not paying their benefits or something like that, cutting off their TTD, not paying their medical for no reason at all, it's very rare. And the reason it's rare is because the company lawyer, the workers' comp defense lawyer, the company lawyer knows that the company doesn't want to pay penalties, right? They don't want to pay money just because they're delaying look, delaying and refusing to pay cases is what keeps insurance companies in business, makes it super profitable for them. That's because most injured people, a lot of them don't have lawyers. Or if they do have lawyers, they have lazy lawyers who don't take things to court, don't pick up the phone and handle their business, straighten out the business. I represented this guy and I said, look, any tardies, any lates, any write-ups of any kind, no. So we go to trial, and on the day of the trial, the company workers' comp insurance lawyer hands me the employment file showing that this guy was tardy, and not by 5 minutes. We're talking about 20, 30, 40 minutes, like 6 times, and there was like one where he didn't show up at work and didn't call or anything, And so I met with him and he swore up and down, like, no, like my record's completely clean. And, you notice none of these are signed by me. We never had any meetings and I never signed any of these.
Did you get hurt in an accident?
Yeah.
You got an injury guy?
No.
Well, you gotta call my injury guy.
If you've been hurt in a work accident or a car crash, or no matter how you got hurt, you want a fast and fair settlement, call My Injury Guy. Call 312-500-4500.
Call 312-500-4500.
Call my injury guy. 312-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give them a try. Call my injury guy.
Office policy is that when you meet with the employee, they're supposed to countersign because it's proof that they have been advised of the problem. And none of their documents were signed. So I cross-examined them, the company rep, on that topic, and we ended up getting the guy money. But my point is, if they control your employment file, they control what's in your employment file. So even though it's against federal law for them to discriminate against you in any way or fire you for filing a workers' comp case, even though that's true, it's also true that since they control your file, they can come up with some cockamamie reasons why they fired you and don't have to pay you TTD, right? So that's something to keep in mind. So my point is, like, that there's always a lot of complexity to this stuff. There's no guarantee that if they start out paying you that they're going to continue to pay you. Just no guarantee that that's going to necessarily happen. There's no guarantee that they're not going to start out the case by being jerks and then later soften and end up being decent about things, or vice versa. Start out the case being nice and turn into jerks later. It's actually very common. So, there's no guarantees in life, and there's also no guarantees that they're not going to play games with your employment file, have other employees come in and say that you did this or that or the other thing, but it's relatively rare. I've been doing this for almost 30 years, and I'm going to be honest with you, maybe 3 times in my career, I believe somebody got fired for filing a workers' comp case. And all 3 times I got them placed with a lawyer who I know who does retaliatory discharge cases. And if it's a strong case, it's going to mean they're going to pay you money. So obviously you don't want to lose your job. The chances of you getting fired in retaliation for filing a comp case, very, very low. Very, very low. But if it does happen, I have lawyers who I know who specialize in employment cases and cases like that, and they'll handle it. They're happy to investigate the case, screen it for merit, and go all the way with it if they think it's a case that they can win for you. And you can end up with a lot of money. So the short answer is no, they're not allowed to fire you for filing workers' comp. They're really not supposed to do it. However, I can't give you any guarantees that they won't try to, but if they do, we can usually make them pay. So anyway, hope that information helps you. In the vast majority of the comp cases I've handled, people were worried about it, and it never, ever, ever became a problem. So thanks for watching. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you and the family are well. Please stay tuned till the end of the video. I have some great information that injured people love. I have a couple of tools on my website that gives you detailed information about your particular injury situation based on some questions you answer, and tons of other tools and useful information that I give away to injured people 100% for free, no obligation. And I get a ton of positive feedback about it, so stay tuned till the end of the video and check it out. Let me know how you like it, okay? Thanks very much for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. If you or anyone you know has been hurt in an accident and needs a lawyer, or even just has questions, give me a call anytime, day or night, at 312-500-4500. You can call me anytime, day or night, and the consultation is free. That's 312-500-4500. Or if you're not ready to talk to a lawyer, I made 2 great tools that really help people out that you can use for free on my website. The links are in the description. The first one is called the Case Cash Calculator, and it tells you what your case might be worth. The other is called the Good Case Calculator, and it tells you whether you might have a good case or you might have a case with some challenges. The best part is that they're 100% free to use on my website, and it only takes you 20 seconds flat to answer 7 multiple choice questions right off the top of your head. And then you get custom information about your particular injury situation fast and for free. So check them out, links in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. I release 2 new videos every week, and this way you'll get notice of them. And if you have a question you'd like answered in a video, just leave a comment with your question in the comments section. Finally, if you enjoy my videos or if I've helped you in any way, I hope you'll consider doing me a favor. Injury law is a very competitive field, and I like having a small independent firm so I can help people who need it. People really rely on Google reviews when deciding who to hire, so I hope you'll consider leaving me a 5-star review on Google. It only takes a few seconds, but it's a favor to me that I would really appreciate. The link is in the description. You just go to that link, click 5 stars, say a kind word, hit submit, and you're done. Once again, I hope you and your family are well, and if anyone you know needs an injury lawyer or has questions, please send them my way by calling 312-500-4500. Thanks again for watching. Take care.
312-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give him a try. Call my injury guy.
Call my injury guy.
312